Vivattamane loke yebuyena sattā abhasara kaya chavitva itatang aggacchanti. Tedha honti mano maya piti baka sayang paba antalikachara subatayino chirang digam adanang titanti. After this world reverts, as a rule, beings fall from the realm of radiance and they come to this world. Here, they are mind-made, they feed on joy, they are self-luminous, they go about in the air, they are beautiful, they exist for a very long period of time. So once again, we are in a situation where we have a lot of repetition. And in this case, it really makes sense because we're talking about cyclic time that repeats. So again, we have words in blue. These are the only different words from what has gone before. So we won't concentrate a lot on the other parts. Now I will say, vivattamane loke, this is our locative absolute. Vivattamane is a present active participle with this mana suffix. I mentioned before that the loosest way of translating something like this would be saying while or as. And actually, that's not true. The loosest way of translating a locative absolute would be to say the world reverting or the world expanding, however you take vivattamane. That would be the absolute loosest because it doesn't tell us its relationship to the rest of the clause. And that is, of course, what's going on here. We don't know by looking at this form what the relationship is. There's no word that's giving us some kind of clue. I would say it doesn't make much sense to think of this concessively, although the world is evolving or reverting, these beings fall. I think that we would have to say either while this is happening, the world is reverting, it's coming to its former state, and these beings fall, or it's the case that after this world comes into being. And I think either one of those temporal relationships work. So we have vivattamane. Now that came on the heels from the previous clause of vivattati. Now we have abhasara kaya. So this is a little interesting. Abhasara, of course, is these radiant gods. Kaya typically means body in the singular kayo, nominative singular, masculine. Here, I think we have to take it as ablative, especially because we have this absolutive chavitva, which comes from the verb chavati, to pass from one existence to another, literally to fall, metaphorically to pass from one existence to another. The Pali English Dictionary gives this particular meaning of kaya not as body, but as world. And they give this whole phrase, the world of radiance. I think that makes a lot of sense. If we understand this as body, we might think that what's going on is that these beings fall from the body of radiance. Like they have this body of radiance and they fall from that. But when we look at the next sentence, we realize they are still sayang paba. They are still self-luminous. It's probably not that so much as it's the realm from which they have fallen. And so kaya here, the body, is extended to mean the whole physical location. One way to think about this is with flowers. Flowers come into bloom, they can be very beautiful, but when their time is up, they fall, they wither. There might be other flowers on the same plant flowering. A rose bush might have other roses, but a particular rose will wither when its time comes, and so on and so forth for other types of flowers and plants and trees and people, and by extension, devas and even brahmas. So that's basically what's going on here. Now, we have, I briefly mentioned chavitva is the absolutive from chavati. If we want to be sort of wooden, we can say having fallen from the realm of radiance, the world of radiance, they come to this world. Or we can simply translate it as a finite verb after they fall from the realm of radiance, from the world of radiance, they come to this world. Either way, I think. And I think maybe the second way is a little better English, a little more natural. So then we have ittattaṃ, and that is being here in this world in the present state of becoming. It is accusative because it's the object of emotion, aggaññanti. This is the third person singular present active indicative of agacchati, to come. Now in the next sentence, everything is the same except this tedha. Now tedha is actually, te is the same. This tedha is te plus idha. By the rules of sandhi, this is tedha, this elision occurs. So they, te is they again, and idha is here, in this world. And often idha has that meaning of this present existence. The only other thing worth pointing out is, at this point, notice nothing about them has changed. These beings are still made by mind, etc., and they exist for a long time.